Sure, I am. You know what, you want to make you go with me? If you keep making fun of it, I'm gonna make you come. All right. Good evening, everyone, and I'm going to call this meeting to order with roll call. Councilmember Aguilar.
Here.
Councilmember Armitage.
Here.
Councilmember Lopez. Here. Councilmember Navarrete. Here. Councilmember Estatico.
Here.
Vice Mayor Alonso.
Present.
And I am present. We do have a quorum. And if everyone would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The scriptures refer to cooperation and working together to accomplish a certain goal. Lord, I thank you for this team of dedicated people who desire to do their very best. Bless their efforts and their decisions. Let them feel the closeness of your presence and your ever-present wisdom in their decisions. Bless all that we do to enable our community to always be the very best. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. Our first presentation is the proclamation celebrating the 50th anniversary of municipal clerks the week of May 5th through May 11th. And our municipal town clerk is Ruby Cervantes. So let's all give Ruby a round of applause. Historically, the municipal town clerk is the oldest profession within municipal government work. They have one of the largest responsibilities. They are considered the town treasurer and required, we are mandated to have a town clerk at all times, but they keep the town's history, the town's record, and the record of all of our business. So she actually is a very, very important job, and it's important that we celebrate the formalities of her position and the historicness. So with that, I'm going to read the special proclamation. Whereas the office of the municipal clerk, a time-honored and vital part of local government, exists throughout the world, and whereas the office of the municipal clerk is the oldest among public service, and whereas the office of the municipal clerk provides the professional link between the citizens, the local governing bodies, and agencies of government at other levels, and whereas municipal clerks have pledged to be ever mindful of their neutrality and impartiality, rendering equal service to all. The municipal clerk serves as the information center on functions of local government and community. Whereas municipal clerks continually strive to improve the administration of the affairs of the office of the municipal clerk through participation in education programs, seminars, workshops, and the annual meetings of their state, provincial, county, and international professional organizations. Whereas it is most appropriate that we recognize the accomplishments of the office of the municipal clerk. Now therefore, I, Mila Besich, Mayor of the Town of Superior, do recognize the week of May 5th through May 11th as Municipal Clerks Week, and further extend appreciation to our municipal clerk, Ruby Cervantes, and to all municipal clerks for the vital services they perform and their exemplary dedication to the communities they represent. Thank you, Ruby. We appreciate everything you do because you keep us all organized and keep us all on track, and most importantly, you're the liaison of our knowledge and information to our community members and the public. So thank you very much. Ruby's been in her official position for a year as the town clerk, but has been supporting in deputy clerk roles now for how many years, Ruby? Close to 5 years. So Ruby's really helped to streamline a lot of our processes and procedures, and we greatly appreciate that. So thank you, Ruby. And our next presentation tonight is one of my makes the May meeting one of my most favorite meetings. In 2015, a few of the council members, I think it was Councilmember Lopez and I, had attended the league conference, and they were talking about how do you work on youth retention? How do you keep youth in your community? What can you do to recognize the young people and support them? And we learned about a community in the Midwest that they had a big meeting of all the community leaders, and they brought the graduating senior class, a small town just like Superior, to a meeting, and they gave them a mailbox. And in that mailbox was a letter that the community leaders wrote to these students, and the hopes was that they would bring their mailbox and put the mailbox in their home, back in their hometown. Now, we thought about the mailbox idea, and it would have been really great, but you all are moving towards a technological age where you probably won't be getting much snail mail anymore. And the other thing is we thought, well, what are you going to do with a physical mailbox, and what are your parents going to do with said mailbox when you all go off to college? So we started this tradition back in 2016, and it's hopefully one that stays in existence into the town of Superior. And so tonight the council will present to you a keychain with our hopes is that that will be the key to your future, a reminder of home, where you come from, and the people that are here supporting you and all that you do, and the people that have supported you all along your high school journey. But tonight, the council all signs this letter because it's our job right now as leaders in this community is to build a community that you want to come home to, a community that you will either stay in and go to college, but also that we leave this community a place that you can come and be the future leaders of as well. So our hopes is that you will consider being the next mayors and town council members and town clerks and town managers. So with that, I'm going to read the letter into the record, and then the council will come down, we'll present you with your keys, we're going to call your names, so it's like a mini graduation ceremony. Dear graduating senior, congratulations. In just a few weeks, you will graduate from Superior High School. We are proud of you and all your academic, community, and athletic achievements as individuals and as a class of 2019. No matter where you go in life, through your education, career, or military service, you will always be a member of a community that takes great pride in our youth and our community as a whole. Once a Panther, always a Panther. You are entering a new phase in your life, and it is our hope that you will always consider Superior your hometown, a place that helped you grow into adulthood, a place that shaped your goals and dreams. As leaders in the town, we are anxious to see what your future holds, and we sincerely hope that you will return and share your success with our hometown. The key we are presenting to you tonight is a reminder that Superior is your home. We encourage you to come home and share your new skills, ideas, and talents. Hard work, persistence, and integrity are your keys to personal success. We hope that you use this key to remind you that you are part of a truly superior community. And together we are superior. So thank you all, and we're going to start announcing your names, and you can come up, and council will all come down and present your keys. And your left.
Braylon Aguilar. Ryan Aguilar. Daniel Banks. Daniel Banks. Troy Figueroa. Anissa Cardenas. Jesus Castellanos. Vanessa Estes. Destiny Garcia. Gabriel Garcia. Jules Garcia. O'Neill Garcia. Bruno Godinez. Avisa Gomez. Benjamin Hernandez. Augustine Lou King. Kaylee Howell. Lindsay Ketchum. Angelina Macias. Kale Baker. Brandon Martinez. Michaela Martinez. Gabriela Medina. Cedric Mendoza. Jules Mesa. Israel Montiel. Jared Moreno. Antonio Ochoa. Nicholas Williams. Madeline Price. Marina Romero. Raul Sanchez. Ray Valencia. Becky Barr.
If we can get everyone together for a group picture, so we'll have to squeeze in. Yeah, council, go back, we'll go back to the guys. Okay, yeah. Jim, you're gonna have to be in charge of organizing.
class.
Now let's squeeze a little bit.
It's skinny. It's thin.
Oh, we are. This is looking good. 3, 2, 1. 7, 8, 9. Okay, one more. Here we go. Thank you.
Do you have any comments or best wishes? I guess before everybody departs, I hope they.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Congratulations, guys. I
Congratulations.
appreciate it.
Be safe. Your graduation week, Disneyland, make wise choices.
Thank you, always.
Very wise.
Very wise. All right, our next presentation tonight is a special thank you to the Superior Mining Board, Michael Agnetto and his crew for repairing the town's industrial park lot, which included repairing the washed out road and drainage problems. And they've done this work for free of charge. They've been a really great community partner, helping us grade our airport runway, helping us with a few of the dirt roads that are around the town. And we do have a certificate of appreciation, and then I'm going to read the letter so everybody here would thank them for. Dear Mr. Agnetto, the town of Superior greatly appreciates your company's recent efforts in repairing the access road and drainage repairs made at the town industrial park. We appreciate the fact that the repairs took significant efforts of your employees' time and your equipment to make the badly needed repairs, which were beyond the capabilities of the town staff and equipment. This also allowed the town to continue with its capital improvement priorities and not divert those funds for emergency repairs. Your company has once again proven to be a greatly valued strategic partner in the rebirth of Superior. Your assistance and your personal commitment to the residents of the town of Superior makes the town's redevelopment efforts possible. Once again, we greatly appreciate your commitment to the town of Superior. And we really do appreciate all of that hard work because we are able to now really promote that industrial park lot, and when we have visitors out to see our industrial park, it looks like a viable property that could be developed on. So I know we actually had a few notices today that work will be valuable to us if we get in a competitive process. So I'll come down and we can take a picture and I'll present you with your certificate. So the Agnetto crew will come down.
Thank you very much. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. Is this the whole crew right here? All right.
This goes straight to the police station.
Oh, shoot, sorry. Thank you. Thank you for doing that.
You know this. Can we get you guys in a little bit?
Oh, we're trying to be out.
Just get in the picture. It's probably easier.
It's easier if you're in than if you're out.
Okay.
Yeah, now we're looking. I can't see what. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. We appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, you guys. Appreciate it. We don't know how much.
We appreciate that they have large contracts in our area that makes it able for them to do that type of work. They're good community partners, and we really appreciate that. So we're going to move on to staff reports at this time. I want to thank our council members for participating, that were able to attend the Davis Experience Leadership Retreat last week. I think it was kind of a fun exercise to start talking about the Multi-Gen Center and what that building can look like, the purposes that it can serve, and really kind of kicking off that process. There were members of our Community Development Committee and other leaders throughout the community that participated. And we want to thank the Davis Experience for offering that service at no cost. They wanted to come out and do that particular exercise, and we had some fun moving blocks of where different buildings should be and how things should work out and what we expect to see. I thought it was very interesting. One of the topics at my table was the need for a swim spa for senior citizens to use in the gym, because our pool isn't always available to everybody, and there are residents that need water therapy for adults. So I thought that was kind of an interesting insight from my table, but really appreciate everybody's time. And then also Local First, Arizona was out during the last couple of weeks to do a profile, learning more about our community, our businesses, our history, where we're going, to prepare their website, their particular profile page on their website, which they've been funded through the USDA grant. Earlier this month, or sometime in April, and I guess today was our first Boys Thompson Arboretum board meeting with our new executive director, Lynn Nemeth. She'll be leaving the Flagstaff Arboretum and coming to Superior. I think she's going to provide some really great leadership. And the Boys Thompson Arboretum Board is very committed to being partners with the town and being part of the Together We Are Superior attitude that we've taken on. And they're very excited about our new leader and moving some things forward. I think you're going to see some fun activities and changes go on at the Arboretum, making it a more valuable place in our community. Special thanks to Public Works. The food court, I think, is for the most part complete. The lights are beautiful. Every time you go by, it's just such a welcome appearance. And there will be a grand opening on June 14th. That's the second Friday. There's going to be some cooking demonstrations by some of our local chefs. And that will be the kickoff to the Farm to Fantastic Farmers Market in Superior. And then the Farm to Fantastic Farmers Market also expands into Dudleyville. So that's part of the Copper Communities Food Hub work. And I think that's it for all my kind of big news that I've been at. So I'll turn it over to Todd if you have anything else.
Just a couple quick notes. Anthony's getting about ready to start doing seal coating. He's going to start on Canal Avenue. That will probably be a week or two out. And he is the crew is busily patching potholes all over town so we can go out and seal coat other sections. Seal coating the worst streets in town seems to be very effective in trying to stabilize them before they are lost. So he's going to be working hard doing that. He also spent quite a bit of time in the cemetery this week and dumped 30 yards of garbage and out of the garbage cans and cut a bunch of weeds. It's about 2/3 cleaned up, I believe, and it looks much better to get ready for Mother's Day weekend. And that's all I've got.
Thank you very much, Todd. And we're going to move on to the consent agenda. Council, if there's anything on the agenda you'd like to have removed, you can. If not, I'm going to ask for approval to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of April 11, 2019, approval of minutes of the special meeting of April 11, 2019, approval of alcohol permit for Melissa Rabago for a birthday party on June 29, 2019 at the Magnum Club, approval of alcohol permit for Amita Doe for a family reunion on February 16, 2020 at the Magnum Club, approval of alcohol permit for St. Francis of Assisi Church for Fiesta fundraiser on September 21st, 2019 at the Superior Food Court, approval of state alcohol special event license for St. Francis of Assisi Church for fiestas located at 11 Church Avenue, Superior, Arizona on Saturday, September 21st from 8 a.m. to 12 midnight. Approval of state alcohol special event license for St. Francis of Assisi Church for church fiesta activities located at Town of Superior Food Court, 404 West Main Street, Superior, Arizona on Saturday, September 21st, 2019 from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Approval of third amended lease agreement between the Town of Superior and Safety Miners LLC. Did we get that one back though, Todd?
No, we can sign it on our side, but he has not signed it.
Okay.
I haven't been able to make contact.
I'm gonna remove item 8. An approval of contract between Town of Superior and Fireworks Protections of Arizona FDA will provide fireworks for a display on July 4th, 2019. The price is $5,000 and our department reports. So council, if we could have a motion to approve items 1 through 7 and 9 and 10.
So moved.
There's a motion by Councilmember Armitage. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Estatico. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries unanimously. We're now going to move on to our new business agenda items. Discussion, possible approval of Resolution 19-609, a resolution of the Town Council of the Town of Superior, Pinal County, adopting the fiscal year 2019-2020 tentative budget. Staff recommends approving this resolution. This adopts a tentative budget discussed in the work session at the work session held on April 11, 2019, in the amount of $7,394,459, and the final budget will be presented for approval at the June 13, 2019 regular council meeting. Fiscal impact. Once a tentative budget is adopted, changes may be made before the final budget is adopted, but the total may not be increased. So this is our final amount. We're not going up, but we can go down should that come up once we approve this council. Does anybody have any questions or comments on agenda item A?
Make a motion to approve resolution 19-609.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor by Vice Mayor Alonso. Is there a second? Second by Councilmember Aguilar. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We're going to move on to agenda item B, discussion, possible approval of intergovernmental agreement for transfer of Town of Mammoth used law enforcement firearms and equipment to the Town of Superior. Staff recommends approving this IGA. Discussion, Mammoth is in possession of used and surplus firearms. The firearms and miscellaneous equipment. Superior is in need of firearms for law enforcement functions. Mammoth has a desire and the ability to assist Superior. Mutual cooperation would result in Superior's obtaining firearms and law enforcement equipment from Mammoth, and Mammoth would avoid the additional expenditure of public funds for properly disposing of the firearms and equipment by directly relinquishing ownership to Superior. There is a need for mutual cooperation between Mammoth and Superior in law enforcement issues. This IGA will promote efficiency in the use of public funds and will encourage future cooperation between both public entities. Pursuant to Arizona Revised Statute annotated 11-951, the parties are authorized to enter into intergovernmental agreements for the purpose of exchanging property and taking joint or cooperative action. Council, do you have any questions or comments on this particular agenda item?
I have a question.
Okay.
I think in the exhibit, it lists 2 firearms. Is there any additional equipment? And then a follow-up question is, if approved, if it's only these 2 items at this time, if this is approved, it doesn't mean like we can't do more in the future, is that correct? Or would we have to come back and approve another?
The way I understand it, once you have for this type of use, we can use it again. I don't know if it's gonna come up again. I believe they gave us 2 shotguns, and I don't think anything else. I think it's, we gave them 2 cars we got from DRMO last month, and it's just a fair trade kind of thing.
Any further questions or comments? At this time, is there a motion to approve this intergovernmental agreement?
I move to approve the intergovernmental agreement for transfer of Town of Mammoth used law enforcement firearms and equipment to the Town of Superior. I'll second.
There's a motion by Councilmember Navarrete with a second by Councilmember Lopez. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries. Moving on to agenda item C, consideration and possible reaffirmation of engineering contract with Wilden and Associates entered into in 2012 and authorizing mayor to sign the contract for engineering services. Staff recommends signing this contract. Discussion. Recently, town staff became aware a signed contract for engineering services was not in the town's record. A review of council meeting minutes show the council voted to approve a contract with Wilden Engineering for engineering services in 2012. It is important that a signed contract be entered into for engineering services so the scope of engineering services and the cost of engineering services be defined. Additionally, a signed engineering services contract is required on major capital improvement projects in which funding comes from state and federal agencies. Wilden has agreed to the terms of the contract and will sign the contract if approved by the town council. So is there any questions or comments on this, council? This is really a housekeeping cleanup item.
How long's the contract for?
It's a 5-year contract with automatic renewals. The current contract we're operating under was signed in 1994, so it's too old for Fed money. And we can't use it for the upcoming community level block grant. That's what they're doing.
Question, so if you're saying it's for 5 years and this was from 2012, so it just automatically?
Yeah, it has
renews?
automatic renewals, 5 years.
So what is the, how old can it be before we would have to write it in?
State law says 20, 25 years, I believe. I think it's 25 years, you have to re-up the contract.
Consideration and possible reaffirmation, so we need a motion to approve reaffirming the engineering contract.
So moved.
There's a motion by Councilmember Armitage. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Navarrete. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to agenda item D, discussion possible approval of resolution 19-610, a resolution of the mayor and town council of the town of Superior authorizing the setting of permit fees for temporary recreational vehicles and recreational parking. Staff recommends approving this resolution. On April 11, 2019, the town of Superior passed ordinance 19-154, amending the town of Superior zoning code to allow for temporary parking of recreational vehicles within the town limits, which are not parked, stored, or located in recreational vehicle parks or in areas zoned for recreational vehicles. The town of Superior periodically sets and adjusts fees for special use permits. The town of Superior hereby sets the following temporary recreational vehicle fees: 1 to 15 days, $25, 16 to 45 days, $50, 46 to 180 days, $150. An applicable sales tax and credit card use and processing fee of 2.5% will be added to the charges set forth. A fee of $25 shall be charged for any payment by insufficient funds. Council, do you have any questions or comments on this? Hearing none, do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
A motion on the floor by Councilmember Estatico. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Lopez. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We're now moving on to discussion, possible approval of Town of Superior policy. Did I skip one? Oh, okay, sorry, I looked over that one. So, discussion, possible approval of Town of Superior policy and procedures for submitting background checks to Department of Public Service, Public Safety, DPS. Staff recommends approving this. It is necessary and appropriate for the town to obtain criminal history checks on applicants for employment with the town. Creating policies and procedures is a requirement by DPS and kept on file for future audits by DPS. Cost of submitting fingerprint cards to DPS for background check is our fiscal impact. Council, do you have any comments or questions on this?
I just have a question. So it's not that we weren't doing background checks before, it's just that we really didn't have a formal procedure policy in place, is that correct?
Previously, our police department was doing the background checks. They advised us that procedures had tightened up its regulations and they're no longer allowed to do them. So we did the whole IGA with DPS a few months ago, and really, as we're going through all the training and getting all the forms together, it's quite a process to get set up with DPS. But we're nearly in game now to be able to start doing this.
Council, do we have there's a motion by Councilmember Aguilar. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Armitage. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to agenda item F, discussion, possible approval of request for qualifications RFQ for architectural services contract number 101-19, design of Roosevelt Multi-Generational Center. Recommendation, staff recommends approving this. Discussion, the town of Superior is hereby requesting submittals from qualified architects duly registered in the state of Arizona by the Arizona Board of Technical Registration. The town of Superior has been awarded funding for the purpose of designing a multi-generational center on the site of the Roosevelt School. The town is seeking to contract with a competent architectural firm or individual that has experience with municipal and federally funded construction projects to include but not limited to USDA rural development projects. Fiscal impact. Resolution Copper Mining first payment will be a cash contribution to the town in the amount of $300,000 and no cents. The first installment to be paid to the town on or before May 31st, 2019. The first contribution date. The first installment will be used for the relocation of the senior center to the Roosevelt School building and next level study and design of the project. So council, do we have any questions or comments on this particular RFQ?
Make a motion to approve.
There's a motion on the floor by Councilmember Estatico. Is there a second? Second by Vice Mayor Alonso. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Going to move on to agenda item G. Discussion possible approval of the Chief of Police contract. The Chief of Police position is a council-approved position. This agreement is between the Town of Superior, a municipal corporation, hereinafter called employer as party of the first part, and Francisco Alaniz, hereinafter called employee or Chief of Police as party of the second part. The Town Council would agree to employ said employee as Chief of Police to the Town of Superior to perform the functions and duties specified in the Superior Town Code and state law, and to perform other legally permissible and proper duties and functions as the town manager shall from time to time assign, subject to this agreement. Fiscal impact, the Chief of Police salary has been budgeted for. The hiring of an additional officer may necessitate a layoff to return to budget levels. Council, do you have any questions or comments, or is there a desire to, contracts can be discussed in executive session, but there's no reason to go into executive, then there's a motion to approve the contract.
Make a motion to approve the chief of police contract.
There's a motion on the floor by Vice Mayor Alonso with a second by Councilmember Aguilar. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries, and we have officially agreed to a contract with Chief Alaniz. And if you'd like to come up, we'd like to introduce you. This is our new chief. And Alaniz, we're happy to have you on board. If you want to tell us a little bit about your career, since we have a few of our key residents here in town with us.
Yeah, talk about a wonderful moment. My entire adult life has been service to country and community, and this has been a great honor. Right on?
I don't know. They're new, so they're, it seems to be on.
I apologize. Like I was saying, talk about such a wonderful moment. My entire adult life has been service to country and community, and this is an honor for me. And I hope that it's something that I can bring to the table as far as meeting the requirements and also the expectations of the town council. I'm very honored to be here. I look forward to working with Superior, working with everybody in the community, council members, and city staff. A little bit about myself. I have 19 years of law enforcement experience. I've had the honor of working, and I didn't discuss this during my interviews, but I was military policeman in the military. As far as civilian side, I've worked in corrections. I worked with the Pinal County Sheriff's Department, Coolidge, Casa Grande, where I currently hold the rank of lieutenant, and then now here. So this has been great. I do bring a wealth of experience. I have a bachelor's degree and I'm finishing up my MBA, so I look forward to applying those skills and doing a good job. I really appreciate this opportunity, and I will not let you down. Thank you very much.
These pictures taken so somebody else is on the front page besides the mayor.
However, he wants to wait till he takes his picture in his uniform, or if you want to take it now, we can.
Well, you can do it after that.
Jim, will you take the picture, because I didn't bring my camera with me, you can just email it.
They don't see it in there.
Well, we just do.
Maybe the vice mayor this
I think
time.
the vice mayor, the vice mayor should be in the picture, because really, the vice mayor carried a very heavy load to manage our process.
So, yeah,
We could all take a
be careful, this will be titled, New chief makes first arrest. Okay. Closer, Don?
That's all I'm doing. We're very excited to have you on board. So how soon are you going to be here? I know you still have to give the notice June 1st? Okay. That's right. All right. Thank you very much, and we're very excited on this new hire for our community. Move on to agenda item H, discussion possible approval of ambulance rate increase. Superior Emergency Services request an adjustment in general public rates according to Arizona Revised Statute, ARS 36-2234. Staff recommends approving the ambulance rate increase. Superior Emergency Medical Services requests an adjustment in general public rates according to Arizona Revised Statute, ARS 36-2234. Our ambulance service has not applied for an adjustment in general public rates within 6 months. We are requesting a rate increase for the following reasons. Proposed new rates. We are requesting the following new rates inserted as ALS $1,650, BLS $1,650, mileage at $23. Proposed disposable medical supplies charges. Our ambulance service will not charge for disposable medical supplies. That's the cost of supplies is included in the proposed rates. Fiscal impact. The rate increase is part of the tentative budget and will slightly increase the revenues for ambulance. It will generate about $40,000 per year. Council, do you have any questions or comments on the increase?
What's, other towns around us, I guess?
Everybody's going through rate increases. The collection rates are going down. All these changes to Affordable Care Act and Medicaid, Medicare are hitting everyone hard. Our collection rate is somewhere around 42%. You get diminishing returns on rate increases because it's something like 19% or something like that of our actual runs are private insurance. The rest is all Medicare and Medicaid. So, and those are fixed rates. They don't go up no matter how much you charge. So there's a limited amount we can do. And I believe Kearney is currently going through a rate increase. Most of the other agencies that have done recent rate increases are already at this level.
Okay, Council, any further questions or comments? Hearing none, do we have a motion to approve the There's a motion by Councilmember Estatico. Is there a second? Second by Vice Mayor Alonso. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We're going to move on to agenda item I, discussion possible approval of intergovernmental agreement between the Town of Superior, a municipal corporation in the state of Arizona, and the Superstition Fire Medical District, a political subdivision of the state of Arizona, for repair and maintenance of fire apparatus and equipment. Staff recommends approving this IGA. The parties are each authorized to provide fire and emergency medical services and have fire and rescue apparatuses, fleet vehicles and equipment reasonably necessary to perform those services. SFMD has a fleet maintenance division directly supervised by a fleet services supervisor, employs emergency vehicle technicians, EVTs, uses fleet maintenance software tracking, and has specialized tools for the provided repairs and maintenance of the town's apparatuses. Each party has determined that it is in the best interest and mutually beneficial for SFMD to provide the town with repair and maintenance services upon the terms and conditions as set forth in the agreement. Fiscal impacts. Fleet maintenance has already been budgeted for. Council, do you have any questions or comments on this? Hearing no further questions or comments, do we have a motion to approve? There's a motion by Councilmember Lopez. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Navarrete. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. At this time, I'm going to do call to the public, and we have one person registered, Sue Anderson.
Sue Anderson of the Chamber of Commerce, and I want to add my thank you to Anthony and his crew and the inmates that helped so much with that food court. It looks fantastic, and I particularly invite all of you to the Chamber of Commerce is hosting a volunteer appreciation day on June 8th at the new food court at 5 p.m. We're going to serve free hamburgers and hot dogs and sodas, and we're asking people to bring a side dish or a dessert. This is for all previous volunteers. We have hundreds of volunteers in this town, and we need every one of them, and we need more. All of our organizations are desperate for new blood, more enthusiasm. You know, we're all getting older, and it's getting harder and harder to attract people. So this is an opportunity for each nonprofit. They'll all be invited to stand up and tell everybody in the crowd what they do and what volunteer opportunities are available. There's something for everybody. Even if they can't get up and walk around, there's things like sitting at the door greeting people. All of us have those needs. So it'll be completely free. The chamber is paying for the food and the drinks. The Optimist Club have agreed to cook the burgers. They are the town experts on burger cooking, no question about it. And it should be a good evening. It'll be at 5 o'clock, 5 to 7 o'clock at the new food court. And we'll get a flyer out to all of you. I'm asking all of you to help us promote it. Anybody who even thinks about volunteering, I talked to a lady today who's new in town. She'd love to volunteer. She doesn't know who to talk to. So we're all going to have the possibility of talking to her and telling her what our group does. So I hope you all can make it June 8th, 5 o'clock. No RSVP necessary. Thank you.
Thank you. Last call for public comments. Yes, you may address the council. Please state your name, and you have 3 minutes.
My name is Andy Myers, and I'm a citizen of your town, but I do put on a lot of events. And years ago, I came into the town. I really wanted to bring a portion of the Arizona Bike Week to this town. I put on events at Westworld, I put on events at Flagstaff and Basin, and I work with all the cities. So I'm interested in bringing and extending a portion of Arizona Bike Week into your town. And years ago, I bought the domain name and everything called Copper State Rally. It is perfect what you're saying here. I've seen the improvements you've made on the town. If you look on Google Maps from 2011, it still pops up. It shows what you guys have done here. It's amazing. It's really good. And I think this is the ideal setting for us to extend Arizona Bike Week into this area. I'm not affiliated with Arizona Bike Week in any way. I put on my own events. I put on the Arizona Motorcycle Expo with Discovery Channel when the Biker Build Off is going on History Channel. I did the Arizona Sand Expo. I rented out the Phoenix Convention Center, Arizona State Fairgrounds, Westworld, Woodland Lake. Jason has brought me on board to put on their Off-Roading Camping Expo, August 23rd and 25th. I was partners in the Rocky Point Rally down in Mexico with Oscar Palacio, the Senator of Sonora, Mexico. I put on events in Baja, in Mexicali. I put on the International Off-Road UTV Expo down there, and I put on the International Off-Road UTV Expo at Westworld. And I put on the UTV rallies in Woodland Lake, Sonora, and Baja. And I've done it at Harvard. So I have a lot of experience in this. My staff is very good at this, and we're interested in bringing something here, and I think your community has it. The only reason I never presented this to you guys years and years ago, there's no hotels. It's probably the only thing that draws me back from never doing it, but I think that with the rides we have around here, most of my riding community rides up around, as you know, to Jake's Corner, and then they come back down. So we've got some great groups that way. We've got the Tucson community that can come straight into here. Nothing is on the east side. The Phoenix Bike Fest has been shut down by right now, so we're not doing that anymore. Arizona Bike Week at Westworld has become a concert, and out at Cave Creek, that's quite a drive for quite a few people that are from the east side of the town. Not on the east side yet, but the chapter. I've been doing this for a long time, but if you're interested, I'd be interested in discussing this further with you guys. I can bring other events as well.
Thank you very much, Mr. Myers. I know that's been a discussion that we've had not only in Superior but regionally. So if you'll share your contact information with Mr. Pryor, I'm sure we'll get a meeting going. We at least entertain all opportunities, but we would love to talk with you and see what we can do.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, so we're going to move on. There's no need to go into executive session. Move on to summary of current events, and I will start with Councilmember Navarrete.
Second Friday tomorrow, semifinal of the baseball playoff game tomorrow. And happy 50th anniversary to Councilmember Armitage and his wife Tweety.
Thank you.
Councilmember Statico. sorry, super council member.
This is Teacher Appreciation Week, so and we celebrate all staff, so if you see a staff member, please tell them thank you. Congratulations to Councilmember Armitage, 50 years is a long time. So,
Thank you.
good luck for the high school baseball team tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be seeing them on Monday. Our promotion is, for 8th grade is May 23rd, and our graduation is May 24th at 7 p.m. And I'd also like to thank Officer Shackelford for filling in and doing a great job, so thank you, appreciate it.
Councilmember Aguilar?
Just everybody be careful. There's going to be a lot of things going on this month, so make sure everybody's very careful.
Councilmember Aguilar? Yes, Councilmember Armitage, sorry.
Well,
Because you-
That's twice, I was called Statico earlier and I'm called Aguilar, so
Sorry.
I am Mr. Armitage. Anyway, I'd also like to thank Acting Chief Shackelford for the wonderful job that you've been doing. Congratulations to Frank. I am going to work at learning how to say your last name. For now, we'll just call you Frank. And I also want to just make a comment that it's very obvious that our town staff has been out and about and doing their thing, and it's really starting to reflect in the town. People are noticing, and so my compliments to all of the staff, especially Anthony. He works very hard, and he's probably underpaid. I shouldn't say that, should I? He's probably overpaid, but anyway, thanks to the staff, and y'all have a good week.
Councilmember Lopez?
Just to know what everybody else said, you know, everybody's doing a great job. Congratulations to this. I don't know how Tweety's done it, but she's managed. Anyway, congratulations to our staff, to our interim chief, our new chief. Great work. I love the park, the food court. The colors are fantastic, and it's really a big plus for us. And of course, great working with this council. Appreciate it. Have a safe coming up week and graduations coming up.
Vice Mayor Alonso?
First of all, I'd like to congratulate our mayor on completing her Flynn Brown course. Congratulations. I know
Congratulations.
she spent a lot of time and weekends away from town and home to attend this, to bring some leadership skills back to our
That's the
community.
reason. Oh,
Thanks, Steve.
And congratulations to Bruce and his wife on 50 years of marriage.
Thank you.
I'm glad I get to be a part of it. Great job, interim chief Shackelford. You did a great job all. You know what you've done, I appreciate it. Congratulations to the new chief coming on board. We're excited and we can't wait for what's coming. And everybody be safe out there this month.
I echo everyone. Thank you, Vice Mayor Alonso. Flynn Brown was quite exciting and lots of networking, and I'm excited to bring some of those skills into all that we're doing. I want to thank all of our staff, especially Sergeant Shackelford, otherwise known as I-Chief, for filling in and kind of giving us some peace of mind during the last few weeks. We really appreciate it, and your positive attitude. Thank you to Anthony, Svetlana. I think everybody's doing a great job, and it really makes a difference for all of us. And I really appreciate the time that council puts towards preparing and being ready for meetings. It makes our meetings very efficient. So with that being said, congratulations to Bruce and Tweety on their 50th wedding anniversary. I'm sure we'll have like a bit of people. And everyone have a happy Mother's Day this Saturday, and graduation, and support all the sports teams and all that kind of good stuff. There's lots of fun stuff going on. So thank you all, and with that, do we have a motion to adjourn? So the upcoming meetings are Emergency Services are May 16th, Community Development Committee May 23rd, Planning and Zoning June 6th, and the next town council meeting is June 13th. With that being said, we have a motion to adjourn. So
A quick correction on that, we moved the Community Development Committee to the 30th because it conflicts with graduation.
Oh, okay. So 5:30 is community development. Do you have a motion to adjourn? Councilmember Lopez made a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Statico. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries, and the meeting is adjourned at 7:55.
All right, I will have to tackle them again.